Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a little team building. Obviously things returning slightly to normal. Hopefully we get some events this year. So this is going to be a team you could probably take. It's not going to be a world beater by any means. It's going to be fun for you, hopefully. So the figure we're going to build around, you've seen the title. I recently picked up on eBay for a really good deal. It is Master Mold, absolutely gorgeous sculpt, really cool dial, obviously a really cool character from the X-Men storylines. Just really happy to have this piece in general. Help if I had it on camera. But yeah, really happy. I've wanted to build a team with this since I got it. So obviously I've started brainstorming slightly. This is going to be one, I think, as well as taken to a tournament, you could play at a fun event as well. I don't think it's too crazy. Obviously, some of the figures in this aren't great, but they're in it for a particular reason. So we will get into that. As always on these videos, drop any characters you would like to see team builds around in the comments below. Drop any other Heroclix stuff you might want to see. There will be some unboxings coming when the new set comes, so fingers crossed that doesn't take too long to get here in the UK. But let's get into the video. First, we're going to start with Master Mold, obviously, and what point value to play him at. So realistically, it could be 200, it could be 75, or it could be 25. I think 25 is going to get popped off. I don't think that's ideal to play him at, especially building a team around him, maybe in other teams. So it was 200 or 75. Now 200 is going to take up pretty much our whole team, and I don't think he's strong enough to do that. Obviously you get the extra click on the factory dial, but I don't think it's worth it. So we're going to go for 75 points. For that he gets 11 attack, penetrating psychic blast, which is pretty good. He's got 8 range, 2 targets. He's got his special leadership. So he has everything he needs to make this figure work. So I think, obviously, with the stop click as well, he's a little more durable. He's got impervious, a few more clicks. So I think this is probably the best point value for Master Mold. All this talk about Master Mold, and I forgot one of his biggest selling points. Not only does he have his actual dial, he's got a factory dial as well, which is there to simulate him creating the Sentinels, which he does in the comics. Basically, when you roll your leadership, you can either summon a Sentinel or you can click the dial. Now, obviously, in this build, we're going to try and summon the Sentinels quickly. Once we've got that set up, though, we can turn the dial. We can get it spinning round, and as it moves up later in the game, it would need to be on click 10. It's going to be difficult, but you could actually summon Omega for 200 points. Realistically, though, you're going to hit some of those lower clicks where you can summon in the Sentinels, and this is where those legacy Sentinels are going to come in best. Or there's the smaller generic Sentinels from Rise and Fall, I think it was, for 25 points and 50. So we can get a few of those summoned in for free. Obviously, they will give up points, but it gives us extra characters on the board, extra points on the board, which our opponent doesn't have, giving us an unfair advantage, which is what works so well with Master Mold. So that's why he's in this list, as well as just being a really cool figure, a really cool character. Again, I just had to get this on the field somehow. So I've tried to build a somewhat competitive team with it. But now I need to decide what to go with him. So obviously he's got the robot and Sentinel keywords. So we're going to build him around that. Now, there is a Dr. Alio Gregor. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. I've not actually read anything of this character. She's got the AIM keyword, so I'm guessing some kind of AIM scientist. But basically, she gives us another leadership, which is good. But also she's got a unique modifier. Friendly bystanders within 5 squares modify their combat values by +1. Which is pretty good. So, obviously, with Master Mold, we can create these pogs. There's 2 different versions. There's a close combat and range one. So, +1 to all of those stats is now 4 damage, 11 penetrating, with 7 range, 5 running shot. These things become deadly. So, with that in mind, we've gone Sentinel. Now, obviously, there's a lot better robots in the game currently, so we need a way to work around that. So, what we've decided... Actually, I'll get into that in a second. Obviously, powering up bystanders, we need someone else to go in the team. We've got Isaac. Obviously, great for 50 points, but now all of his bystander tokens are +1 to all their stats. They're insane now. They're absolute monsters. This guy, obviously, Stellarax is going to be a good one. Lord, again, plus stats with that close combat expert. So that's 5 damage, 12 attack. For a pog, which you can resummon, and then if you manage to get chaos out, you're doing 5 damage, 12 attack again. These pogs just can keep piling up. You can keep throwing them at your opponent. they're going to score no points. You're probably going to take some points with some knockouts here. If they're playing a swarm team, you're going to get some easy knockouts for free. If they're playing a tougher team, you can work them down with these pogs. Keep your stronger stuff at the back, the stuff worth points. So they're going to have to try and deal with this. She just makes both these characters really, really good. Obviously, Isaac has the robot keyword and not Sentinel. So we do need to combat that to make it a theme team still, which we will do. We will get into in a minute. But I think that combination, just because of the bystanders, because of the Sentinels you create, because of these you can keep popping out from Isaac, they were already very good, don't get me wrong. Now they're incredible. They are absolute monsters. But let's make the team even better and make it a theme team. So I've gone for Karima, which with the team up card, robot theme team, when establishing theme teams, friendly characters with robot keyword gain Sentinel. So it is now a Sentinel theme team, which is what we needed. There's a few benefits to this. Obviously, being a theme team in itself is a good benefit, getting the extra bonuses, the extra theme rerolls, which we need. As well as that, Master Mold does have an ability which says you can basically retaliate with characters that have the Sentinel and robot keyword. Our whole team does now, which it does mean we can retaliate with Master Mold or Isaac or Karima, or our final character, Amazo. So we've gone for 75 points. That's all we can afford. I would love to play 100 so we get the 3 standard powers, but instead we're just going to get 2. But in this team, it gives us Close Combat Expert, it gives us Psychic Blast, Running Shot, Charge. We can pretty much get any power we need. We've got some Perplex, we've got Leadership. We've got a ton of different options to take powers from. Obviously, this is important because he can take a maximum of 1 damage if you can choose the right power for what your opponent's going to attack with. So now they're either going to take knockouts on Pogs for 0 points, or they're going to attack Amazo and deal him 1 damage. So it's going to be a really difficult team to deal with. If you want to go slightly heavier into that theme, you could run one of the Danger Room constructs. Again, very powerful. Again, robot keywords. I think they might be rotated soon. They're definitely going in the next rotation at some point this year. So to sort of foolproof the team, I've put Amazo in instead. But obviously, they are probably better options. They do what Amazo does even better. So I would say run some of them if you're going to play this soon. But to future-proof the video, that is an alternative of running Amazo. Basically, the team is going to throw Pog after Pog at your opponent. It's going to take knockouts. It's going to have Amazo up there, taking hopefully 1 damage. It can still take a few hits if not. He can copy defense powers, so he still can be quite powerful. Again, use the constructs if you're playing it recent or soon. You've still got 5 points left, so you can put the WWE ring or some of the items. Trying to think what would be best. I do like to normally leave the items to you guys, so there's a little customization in your teams. There's a few different ways you can tweak this, but I think it's quite a fun team. It's quite a powerful team. And it does, more importantly, build around Master Mold. Now, there are definitely more competitive lists than this. I've literally just thought of this list today after I picked them up. So this is by no means the perfect list. It's a good list for Master Mold and one you guys can try out. If you do play it, let me know how you get on with it in the comments below. If you've got any suggestions on either Master Mold lists or lists around characters you would like me to see, so throw the characters in the comments below and I will do them in the next video. That's all I've got for this one. So if you've made it to this point, thank you so much for watching and I will catch you in the next one.